Ready.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk, it'll be a quick down and dirty of how we use the extrusion machine to extrude beams. So there's another video that explains a bit more about the extrusion machine, how that works. So basically what we've done is that there's a small adaptation to the end nozzle, and if you zoom over here, Camilla, you'll see what we've done is just put in like a 6 mm plate here with 4 screw holes where screws can go in. And then we use regular metal beams, so square tube, round tube from the metal industry. So it comes in certain sizes. You can get 3x2, 2x2. In this case, we have, it looks something like a 2x2 round pipe. And you'll see that this is just a regular pipe, and at the end of it, Camilla, maybe come over here so you can see, we have the same sort of end bit down here, again 6 mm with the same 4 holes. Here we have what is this? This looks like a maybe 1x2 square tube. And what we do is pretty simple. We just screw it on here. We have something to brace it, so it kind of sits on the table. So this would go on top of this. Let me just pop the pipes here. This would go on top of this. We'd screw that in, and it would rest here. And then we would start extruding the plastic. And because we have a compression screw, what happens is the plastic comes out at very high pressure. And what happens on a technical level is it starts filling the tube and starts hardening. So it starts hardening around the edges and then towards the center. And then as it comes out, it just pushes the plastic further, and it starts hardening as it gets pushed, and then gradually it pushes, hopefully towards the end of the tube, and then you have a long beam, kind of like over here. We actually have the final product. So here we have a solid HDP beam that came out of this pipe over here. A couple of things you might find is in terms of troubleshooting, you might find that you have, this one looks pretty good, but you might find you have some air pockets inside. And that's usually a case of the plastic not being fully dry enough. And if that's the case, obviously make sure your plastic is dry. But also one way to go around it is you can have a bit of a resistance on the tube. So what we've done is we've put, over here, Camilla, you put, like imagine a plug, like a dowel, like something wooden in here, or something that's roughly the same size as this. And we push it all the way towards the end, and as the plastic comes out, it has some resistance, and it pushes that dowel further and further up the tube. And what that does, it first of all creates some resistance so that hopefully the air pockets are burst or compressed together. And also what's kind of nice about it, it actually tells you where the plastic is, because otherwise you have no idea how far you've extruded. But if you have something here, and as you start extruding the plastic, it comes out, then you have an idea of how much of your plank or pole or whatever you've extruded. You've seen one thing we've tried over here is we've actually put some heating elements on the tube as well. We've had mixed results with that. It does give you a smoother finish, which is kind of nice. But also, it turns out you don't really need it. But you can play around with that. Sometimes you'll find the plastic, if you find it's hardening too fast and sticking to the edges, then maybe having another heating element will let you extrude it further up the pipe. We found polypropylene works better than HDP, but they both work fine. Yes, and over here, if you look over here, we have, these are some just products. This was actually made, so here we have some beams. So this is the 2x1, this is 1x1, this is actually from the compression machine. But yeah, so you can make all sorts of interesting things using these. What this actually is just a picnic table that sort of folds out, comes out. Kind of a nice product, and yeah, thank you.